trying to minimize the mistakes. They had 10 penalties in that heartbreaking loss to Holy Cross last week, and right away it's going to be a terrific field position here for Coastal.
Well, because of what McDoom did last week, running it back 95 yards for a touchdown, you wouldn't think that.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team. By rule, the ball will be first down.
As Marshall Lewis explains it. But kick it through the end zone. And this kid's got an amazing leg. He's got 3 50-plus yard field goals already. Just kick it out of the end zone. Now you give your opponent a great place to start.
Well, by now you know who that guy is. Number 10, Grayson McCall, 6'3", 215, redshirt junior out of Indian Trail, North Carolina, Porter Ridge High School. Two-time Sun Belt Player of the Year. And on the first snap of the game, a fumble, and Buffalo has recovered it, but was he down first? I think they're going to say he was actually down, so right away they go to Reese White as we take a look at it again.
I think he goes on his back. We're talking about Reese White. Goes on his back, and it's close. That will go up to the booth, I would think. Unless an elbow, well, I guess they did it quick. An elbow or a knee must have hit first.
And, yeah, Buffalo right away wants to call a timeout and have this one looked at. So Maurice Linguist, who's in his second season as the head coach for Buffalo, says, yeah, that one close enough. I think he agrees with you, Nate. They want to look at this one again.
Unless an elbow or a knee hit first, the ball definitely comes out. There's Reese White, right? The hand doesn't count. It's got to be an elbow or a shoulder or a knee.
Yeah, tough to tell, Nate. It looked like for sure his hand was down, but I'm with you. There was no shoulder. There was no elbow.
And you got to have
right
indisputable video evidence to change it because Coastal went up to the ball, so they did not call the fumble initially.
So right away, our guy Terry Walters, who's the replay official, just a couple of booths down from us, is going to be busy. Just 30 seconds into this one. Again, on a gorgeous day here in Conway, South Carolina. We are just outside of Myrtle Beach, about a half an hour away from the beaches. Buffalo again 0-2, Coastal Carolina 2-0. Well, we've got a minute. You know, we were talking about that loss last week by Buffalo. They played Holy Cross, a really good FCS school. That game was tied at 31. I mean, Buffalo led most of the way, right? And on the final play, literally a Hail Mary, Holy Cross completed it and pulled off a shocking win on the road to beat Buffalo.
Yeah, it's going to be close. You saw his shoulder hit, and then the ball came out. They're taking their time, so it must be a lot closer than we even think it is as to whether it's down and then the ball comes out or the ball comes out before he goes down. That's why Mr. Terry Walters gets the big bucks. First play of the game, he's got to go to work, the replay official. And unlike the NFL, the referee on the field has nothing to do but listen because they get all the angles up top. About 15 yards down from us.
Well, I see Marshall nodding his head. He's got the call from upstairs. Let's see what it is.
After review. Subsequently recovered by Buffalo. It's down at the 45.
All right, so they're going to overturn the call on the field as the Coastal fans not happy with that. But Nate, I mean, just from watching those couple angles we had, I think that's the right call.
No, I agree.
The hand was down, but like you said, it's got to be a shoulder.
He spun around and then lost it. And Buffalo does not get charged a timeout since the play goes in their favor. One play for offense, one play now playing defense for the Shots. Obviously the reverse for the Bulls.
And that brings Snyder out onto the field, the starting quarterback for the Buffalo Bulls out of Lakewood, New York. And as Nate said, in the open, he can sling it and fires it complete on the far side just inside the 30-yard line. So one pass, one completion to Justin Marshall. He's a grad transfer out of Louisville who last week had 5 receptions, 116 yards, 2 touchdowns. He's no doubt one of Snyder's go-to receivers.
And went right at Lance Boykin. First play, it was man coverage out there, no safety on top. Nice pitch and catch.
Ron Cook Jr. in at running back. He can run it as well. Speedy little back, and he pulls his way inside the 25-yard line. Ron Cook is just 5'9", 190. But real speedster, 2-time All-MAC
Ron Cook on the carry.
On special teams as a returner.
Second down, Buffalo.
Yeah, really good quicks, and he, $190 has some punch as well.
Snyder again slings it and fires complete on the far sideline. Again, a one-on-one going over to Justin Marshall, being covered by Lance Boykin. And now third down and short coming up here for the Bulls.
Boykin was all over that one. Good play. Just a quick out, very quick release by Snyder. Just 1 second and it's gone. They can do that again because this time Boykin's backed off about 7 yards, both sides. But the cornerbacks are about 7 yards off the ball.
If you're just tuning in, a fumble on the first offensive play of the game for Coastal Carolina. Turns it over to Buffalo, and now the Bulls will keep their drive alive on the first down run by Cook.
Well, Lance Boykin's been on every play defensively. You make 2 picks, you figure they'd have a little respect and go away from you, and not the case. Buffalo going right at him every time. Little bounce out, number 7 is right there to make the tackle, along with linebacker Shane Bruce, number 1.
And off, Cook tried to bounce it outside and nowhere to go that time. Well defended by Coastal Carolina. Maybe a small pickup, if any, here for Buffalo.
Really good job of filling the hole very quickly. Buffalo tried to bounce it outside. Where to go? Now, if they don't make the first here, they got a field goal kicker. They can kick it from about 30 yards behind where the ball is. So, not guaranteed, but 3 looks good if they don't make the first down. But, of course, they want 7.
Snyder, again, a junior from Lakewood, New York. Somewhat of a homecoming for him. A local product out of the Buffalo or Western New York area. Anyway, a transfer from Rutgers. Third down and 9. Big play looking to pass across the middle, and it is nearly intercepted. Tipped up in the air, and it seemed like Jordan Strong a couple times had a chance to pull it in, couldn't corral it, and now fourth down coming up for Buffalo.
He had it, he fumbled it, he had it. Watch this. Jumps the route. Receiver can't catch it. He's got it. Bats it around. Just can't find the end to grab. Good play, good stop by the defense. Here comes the field goal by McNulty.
Well, and you were just talking about Alex McNulty, the senior from New York. 2 for 3 on field goal opportunities. Hit a 52-yarder. He's got a huge leg. He's had 3 50-plus yard field goal makes in his career, and makes this one look easy. He's got a heck of a leg as he booms that one through, and Buffalo's going to strike first.
It almost went over the scoreboard. You know, for the Chanticleers, they turned it over on the first play of the game. Give up a couple first downs. Don't give up a touchdown. It's not a win, but it's not the worst thing. Worst thing, obviously, could have been Buffalo's scores there. And the defense, when they got down inside the red zone, played pretty well. But McNulty's, he's not automatic. He's the closest there is to automatic.
Well, you touched on this in the open, Nate. This is going to be a big week for the Coastal defense. They gave up 403 yards passing last week just to the quarterback, Bailey Fisher, Gardner-Webb.
Yeah, he was throwing it all over the place. And Coach Chadwell said, we need everybody back there, so we're going to try to put pressure on the quarterback without blitzing. And there's the boss right there on the right side of your picture, along with the offensive line coach as well.
Jamie Chadwell in his 5th season as the head coach here at Coastal Carolina. Hired as the offensive coordinator to begin his career here with the Chanticleers. And what a year he had back in 2020. He won just about everything. 11 National Coach of the Year awards for Jamie Chadwell, and then backed it up with another 11-win season last year.
Of course, that's Bill Durkin, the man that takes care of the big guys up front.
This one again boomed, and it's going to go out of the end zone and out to the 25-yard line for Coastal Carolina. So again, if you're just tuning in, already a big turnover early. First offensive play of the game, Coastal Carolina going to the ground. Reese White ended up coughing it up. Buffalo got it. They go right back the other way to get a field goal. So we'll see Coastal Carolina and Grayson McCall on the field here for the second time. As we take a look at the offensive linemen. Billy Lampkin, the center. Antoine Loper at right tackle. Experienced veteran coming back. Not a whole lot of returners this year, but he's one of them.
You just need both of them, Lampkin and Loper. That's it.
McCall fakes the handoff and fires complete across the middle. Caught just shy of the 40 as Sam Pinckney took a shot And a late flag on the play as well.
They're going to call targeting. Whether it's upheld or not, I don't know. But he got him above the shoulders in the head and neck area. That seems to be his go-to guy, Mr. Pinckney, transfer from Georgia State.
Targeting. Defense. Previous plays under further review.
No, you're right, Nate. Just heard Marshall Lewis, the referee. Targeting is the call. So we will take a moment and have them take this one as well, as we will watch it back with them. Now, it looked like it was maybe more the shoulder there by Jameen Muse, but
it's a transfer from Boston College. The bad news for if this is upheld is Muse is done for the game. Pinckney looks okay. You and I were talking about this before the game too. The NCAA sends out a rules video every week, and what looked like targeting wasn't in one of the examples they showed because the side of the helmet.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of shoulder on that replay as well, and sure enough, just heard from Marshall Lewis. They're going to overturn this, so no foul for targeting. The play will stand, and it's still going to be a first down here for Coastal at the 39-yard line.
Good for Buffalo because Muse stays in the game. It's tough to lose one of your starting safeties very early in the first quarter, but they don't have to deal with that.
Pistol formation now for Coastal Carolina. They fake it to White, pitch it over on the near sideline, and out across the 50-yard line down to the 45-yard line. Jared Brown, the ball carrier. You know, we were told before the game, we were talking with Kevin Davis, the director of communications here for the football team, we could see several different guys get touches in the backfield, and Jared Brown obviously one of them.
Jared Brown, the redshirt freshman, is a speedster. He didn't play in the second half last week because he got sick in the locker room at halftime, Coach said. But he looks healthy now, and he looks well.
And a handoff this time to Max Balthazar, who, again, we're seeing for the first time this season. He gets stopped, though, right at the line of scrimmage, maybe picks up a half a yard.
Well, they talked about Reese White being beat up a little bit, C.J. Beasley as well, so they need some depth back there, and that's why they have Balthazar, and we just saw Jared Brown carry it before.
Balthazar, just a redshirt freshman. Second down and 9 here for Coastal. Down 3-0 early. And that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a live football.
That is a live football. And Buffalo jumps on it again. The Bulls will get it on what's going to end up being the second turnover of the game here by the Chanticleers.
The officials have not said it yet.
Well, we'll take a look at it here and see.
Now they have.
We'll get a good look at it, I'm sure, down the line. Well, you're not going to be able to tell from that angle, but
from up here, it looked obvious. It was a couple 3 yards backwards. Might have been a double pass, you don't know, but the ball was never caught. The defense was on top of them instantly. 2 possessions for the Chants, 2 turnovers for the Chants.
There we go. See if we can tell from this angle. Boy, it sure seemed to go backwards, didn't it, Nate?
Yeah, he was on at least 2 yards back.
Yeah, McCall threw that from about, the 47? It looked like it was caught maybe back at about the 49.
Trying to get the ball, number 11, Coleman, and the defensive back caught the ball and Coleman at the same time.
2 possessions, 2 turnovers, and here comes Buffalo again. They will hand it off. For the first time, we'll see Mike Washington, a big back. He's about 6'2", 215 from Central New York, and a good pickup on first down. It's going to bring up second down and 2 now for the Bulls.
Well, you talk about a perfect start on the road. 2 turnovers. You got the ball now. You got a long field. First time short field. See if they can take advantage of this.
Again to Washington, and he's going to get to midfield to pick up the first down. Just a second ago, you saw that stat on your screen. Buffalo has not turned the ball over yet this season. So they've already been able to force 2 turnovers here this afternoon, but as far as turnovers that they have committed, one of the tops in the nation, one of only 11 teams with no turnovers this year. Snyder hit hard. That ball is loose. Coastal Carolina thinks they've got it. We'll let the officials get to the bottom of the pile. And yeah, they're saying Coastal Carolina football. So what, 4 possessions total and 3 turnovers combined now for both teams.
Well, Cole Snyder went back, and as he was about to release the ball, he got pummeled. From the right side of your picture, right there. Who else? The man of the hour, Lance Boykin. Last week, this week, make this kid player of the month.
Lance Boykin, redshirt senior from High Point, North Carolina, transfer from Old Dominion.
Wow.
Big hit.
Kennedy Roberts ended up with the football, but it was all about Lance Boykin getting it for him. Short field for the Shants.
A good field position now for Coastal. Down 3-0. First down and 10 from Buffalo's 43-yard line. And whistles just as that one was snapped.
It's funny, I was telling you before the game, when Lance Boykin has a game like he had last week with 2 interceptions, the coaches look at him and say, you got to be careful, son. You did that. You should do it every week. Well, he doesn't have the 2 picks, but boy, he's got some big-time plays defensively in this one to back up last week's.
Having some mic and audio issues here with Marshall Lewis. Could not hear what he said. Obviously, they're going to head back to the review booth. We'll figure it out and have that for you when we come back to Conway after this.
Your caramel frappe in the morning can earn you free McNuggets in the afternoon. Because every order earns points when you order with the McDonald's app. Download the app today to start earning free McDonald's.
This doesn't make sense.
It does to me, Mom.
You're a smart kid. Why do you want to do this?
I love it. You know that.
Okay, but why this way?
Because I want to take on the world's toughest hackers. And this is where it's done. So, what do you think?
We made USAA Renters Insurance for the stuff you love. Because if it's worth lugging up 5 floors, it's worth protecting for as low as 33 cents a day. It's that simple. USAA. What you're made of, we're made for. USAA.
Back here in Conway, this is the play that was under review. They went upstairs to take a look at it and see if this was, in fact, a fumble or if maybe Cole Snyder's arm was coming forward. But after Terry Walters took a look at the replay official up here in the booth, it did say fumble, so the call stands. And it's still going to be Coastal Carolina football.
The reason from looking at it in slow motion, which of course the officials on the field don't have the advantage of doing that, when Lance Boykin hit his arm, that's when the ball came loose. And his arm was almost static. So they did not overturn it because they didn't give Buffalo the ball in the first place. Good call.
First down and 10, and yet another running back in the backfield for Coastal Carolina. Nate Hope redshirt junior running back. He'll get a chance and drag down in the backfield. That's going to end up being a loss on the play here for Coastal. So Jamie Chadwell, Nate, right away, I mean, they really struggled running the football last week, and they are obviously desperately trying to find somebody reliable with the football to get the running game going.
Got to get something going. They're trying to beat him on the edge, but Buffalo's been quick to the edge to stop it.
And they'll try and stay with the running game, go up the middle, and nothing doing up front at all. Deshaun Folsom, who is a load up front for Buffalo with the tackle.
6'2", 277 junior. Third in the bunch.
Jared Brown in motion. And more whistles. Only about, less than 7 minutes into this game. We've had 3 turnovers, numerous penalties, a couple of replays, and a timeout by Buffalo. So back with more from Conway. Wild start right after this.
Electrified. Hanguk Tire.
On the AMP app, you can go live on air and play whatever kind of music you like. So I'm streaming house from my house.
Do you really want to go through with this?
Absolutely.
You've always stood up for what you believed in, but this?
What could mean more than this? So, Mom, what do you think?
Tennis is superb.
Tennis is fire.
Tennis is sick.
Let's go.
Tennis can change the world.
Come on. This is tennis too. Good morning.
It's my first time.
Not mine.
Back here in Conway. Earlier, Nate, you and I touched on the returning linemen for Coastal Carolina, the center Willie Lampkin and Antoine Loper at right tackle. And that's about it as far as guys with a lot of starting experience. And there you see the stat to back that up. The fewest offensive line starts combined, the fewest entering this season in the nation. Colorado at number 1, and right behind them, Coastal Carolina.
Colorado obviously without a win. Chants have 2 wins. Coach Bill working overtime with those big guys up front and doing a good job.
Brown in motion on 3rd down and 12 here for Coastal Carolina.
2 deep zones, so the underneath the pattern should be open. 2 safeties protecting the deep end.
7 guys back here for Buffalo. McCall in trouble at the last second. Fires it complete to Reese White. Down to the 30, maybe the 34-yard line. It's going to be 4th out and short, and it looks like Coast's going to go for it.
Sean Bullock on the tackle here, but you can see McCall will look left the whole time, and at the last possible second, he's got 1 guy left who reads and hits Reese White.
Coastal Carolina, one of the best last year on 4th down. Doing it again. Here's some misdirection, and wide open is Jacob Jenkins. Down the sideline, touchdown. What a perfect play call by Jamie Chadwell.
We see this again. You see all the flow go inside, and 84 will hesitate a second and come out to the right, and there's nobody near him. Absolutely nobody near him. Perfect call, great execution.
Cade Hensley.
The man can call some plays, can he?
Redshirt freshman from Johnson City, Tennessee, on for the extra point. And it is good. What a crazy start to this football game here in Conway, South Carolina. Again, we've already seen 3 turnovers combined. Coastal on top 7-3.
Welcome to Quick Trip.
Need some roller therapy?
Need a hand?
Need an extra large? You need me to climb through your trunk and unlock your car?
Yeah, that actually happened.
If you need it, we have it. QT, more than a gas station.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
You think the kids are having this much fun?
Oh, yeah, I think they're having a blast.
Ion. Electrified. Hungok Tire.
I eat the sun, carries the moon. When the wind blows, I shelter you. I'm on your side, baby, believe me. I'm on your side.
I'm ready. Want to play soccer? Sure.
Nice shot!
You know what? Maybe volleyball is my game. All right, perfect. Come on, you're on my team.
I thought volleyball was your sport.
That's our way to play. Nintendo Switch. Game rated everyone 10 and up.
If you want to ace your paper, download Grammarly. Grammarly helps you clean up messy, confusing sentences to get your point across clearly. Whoa. Good looks. Future me? No problem. Thank you. Thank you. What? Grammarly checks against billions of sites and catches any accidental plagiarism. Looks good to me. Submit it. By the way, you end up getting an A+.
Jamie Chadwell, head coach for Coastal Carolina. The 4th down decision pays off as Coastal now perfect on 4th downs so far this season. Again, one of the top in the nation on 4th down conversions last.
He's not the best play caller in America. I want to know who's better. And Grayson McCall makes you a good play caller with perfect execution.
Terrific play. And that little pooch kick that's going to be fielded at the 20-yard line by Keon Williams. This guy can run, finds room all the way around the outside and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. And, you know, Ron Cook Jr. is, again, an all-conference, 2-time all-conference returner for Buffalo. But Keon Williams, not exactly the guy you want touching it either.
No, it's a great job by Williams to kind of dip inside and set up whoever was trying to make that tackle, and he just beat him outside for a huge gain back to the 45-yard line.
So down 4 points with 7:25 to play in the first quarter. A good starting field position here for the Bulls. Fake the handoff to Washington. Sling it out to Williams. We were just talking about him, and he's out of bounds just inside the 45-yard line. It'll be good enough for another first down. Keon Williams, a grad transfer from Eastern Michigan.
The Jordan Strong on the coverage there just missed. And the Jordan Strong took himself out. Looks like he hurt his shoulder when he made the tackle. Watch number 2 right there. You're on an island there. You got to make that play. Everybody came and helped, but a nice gain.
Handoff. Al-J. Henderson. And a good stop in the backfield by J.T. Killen for Coastal.
Well, they're filling some big shoes from the linebackers last year, but J.T. Killen took on the blocker. He's got the mullet working too, by the way. Took on the blocker and made the tackle at the same time. Huge play for the sophomore. He'll be around for a while.
Second down at 12 coming up for the Bulls. Buffalo out of the Mid-American Conference, the East Division. Snyder looking deep, and some miscommunication it looked like with Justin Marshall on that far sideline.
Yep, everybody, Marshall was breaking it off, and Cole Snyder thought he was going to go out and up against that man again, Lance Boykin.
Now a big third down for Buffalo and Cole Snyder.
See if they put a little heat on him. Looks like they're coming, but more than 4. He saw that as well and changed the play.
Al-J. Henderson stays in the backfield. Redshirt freshman from New Jersey. And that one incomplete. And now fourth down and long coming up for Buffalo.
Well, Lance Boykin's been the man out there. He's getting his hands on balls. He's making tackles. Made a good play on that one just to slap it down. This is even a little too far for Alex McNulty. They're going to have to punt this one.
Fourth down at 12 as Coastal Carolina quickly will bring Tyson Mobley out to return. He'll be set up back at his own 15.
The rule is you go back to the 10. If it goes over your head, you just let it go.
Jackson Baltar on to punt here for Buffalo.
Wow.
And hammers this one. It will easily make it into the end zone.
Bombed that. And he tried to hit the back end so it would spin back. He hit it too clean.
7-3 Coastal Carolina, 6:05 to play here in this first quarter. And again, back and forth. Neither team really could get any momentum going with the early replays, the early turnovers. We've had 3 turnovers already. Coastal Carolina turned it over on their very first offensive play from scrimmage. Buffalo turned it into a field goal. Bulls turned it over. Coastal able to take advantage. Also going for it on fourth down. Crazy start here from Conway. McCall looking right, runs out of time. Scrambles, fires down the sideline, looking for Pinckney and overthrows his receiver.
Pinckney got manhandled on the sideline and got knocked out of bounds. You're allowed to come back in. Grayson McCall tried to make a play out of nothing there.
There you see Grayson McCall tying Alex Ross, terrific quarterback here at Coastal, with 16 consecutive games now with a touchdown pass.
It's a nice record to tie. One more obviously will break it, but that's pretty impressive.
Again, they fake the handoff. McCall's going to keep it, nowhere to go, and wisely slides to a stop. And now third down coming up here for the Chanticleers.
And Coach Chadwell on the sidelines gives a little silent clap in his head to him. Nice job, Grayson. That's what we want you to do.
Grayson McCall, 2-time Sun Belt Conference Player of the Year. 2-time first-team All-Conference, freshman All-American a couple of years ago.
Preseason Player of the Year in the Sun Belt. Offensive player. It's man coverage.
Third down and 8. Scrambling to his right, a flag is down. It is incomplete. But we'll see what the flag is in the backfield.
Trying to get Pinckney coming across the formation. Holding against the shunts. Probably will be denied.
Holding, offense, number 56. Penalties decline. Result of the play is an incomplete pass. 4th down.
Not denied, declined. Coastal would deny it like we didn't do it. Buffalo will decline it. I had the right idea, just the wrong word came out.
So 4th down and 8. And it will be Keon Williams back again, standing at about his own 45-yard line. They have got some speed on this team. Evan Crenshaw, the freshman from Florida, out to punt it away here for Coastal Carolina. He's got a big leg and a huge, towering spiral. Fair catch made back at the 33 by Keon Williams, and again, a good starting field position here for Buffalo.
Into a little bit of a breeze, he got a good one off. Not much wind, but you can see the American flags moving. The flags inside the stadium are kind of block the wind from the stadium, but you get it above the top of the bleachers, it's moving a little bit.
Well, small sample size, obviously, just 2+ games now for Evan Crenshaw. But we've been really impressed with that kid's leg.
Oh, the freshman, yeah, big time. All the kickers never did it live before this season. Kicker, place kicker, holder, punter. Good recruiting, that's what it is.
The give is to Gassett, and he's tripped up behind the line of scrimmage by Jaron Parker, the redshirt senior. Get the tackle for a loss.
Yeah, jumped in there, anticipated the play, and did an excellent job. But you can get there, and then you got to make the tackle, and he did both.
Snyder, quick pass here to the near sideline, looking for Marlon Johnson, incomplete.
It's a tough angle for Johnson. Good coverage that time. I believe it was Jamar Brown. And now they got an obvious passing situation. Question is, does Chad Staggs come after Mr. Snyder, or do you drop 7 and hope to cover everybody? They look like they're coming. They might drop out.
Buffalo just 40 yards of total offense so far. 3rd down and 11. That one is complete. What a catch by Marlon Johnson. He goes right back to him. Makes the catch at the 44-yard line. Just gets the 1st down and keeps the drive alive for the Bulls.
He and Cole Snyder read the coverage properly with zone. He went between the two backs and found an opening. Not a big window, but that man right there throws it dead on the money. Go up to get it. Get the 1st down. That's a big play.
Believe it or not, that is the first 3rd down conversion by either team so far. Ron Cook looking to pass. It was tipped and caught by Trevor Borland, one of the backup tight ends for Buffalo. So Ron Cook with the completion. It did look like, I think it was tipped anyway, but still caught.
Like
and it's going to be a
faked the
big
double
game.
reverse and then found 34 Borland for a nice game. Watch this. Here's the handoff. Fake the double reverse. Ron Cook's a passer as well. Good job.
Maybe it was just a duck of a pass. I couldn't
could have
tell.
been. It looked like the ball did not spiral cleanly.
Yeah,
Let's
I couldn't
put it
tell
that
if
way.
Emmanuel Johnson got a finger on it or not, but hey, it works. And now back to the air again, back to Marlon Johnson again, as he leaps forward just inside the 25-yard line.
Well, they're putting the defensive backs on an island. We saw Jordan Strong miss a tackle right there. Manny Stokes missed a tackle and lost his helmet, so he's got to come out. So Buffalo is spreading the defense out and making the D-backs make a play, and Coastal's 0 for 2 in that regard, making the play. To Jordan Strong back in.
That 3rd down and 11 conversion could be huge here for Buffalo as they go back to the ground, and Ron Cook is not going to be able to outrun Coastal Carolina, and Josiah Stewart with the tackle for a loss.
Josiah Stewart's greatest asset might be his speed. And at 6'2", 230, he ran down maybe the fastest guy on the other team and makes a tackle on the backfield. Great play. Josiah Stewart's a difference maker on defense.
Preseason Sun Belt Defensive Player of the Year. Led the team in tackles for a loss and sacks last year. Snyder throws complete. They'll pick up about 5 yards, but still well shy of the initial line of scrimmage.
That's good coverage. Zone defense, drop back, keep everybody under you, and make a play. And they exactly did. Good job by the offense to find the opening, to get a little bit of yards back. Now they got to get a bunch. They are in field goal range, though. Trust me on that one if you're watching this game. They are in field goal range.
Yeah, Alex McNulty is a weapon, without a doubt, for Buffalo. 3rd down and 13.
Trips to the bottom.
Tight end Borland in motion to the right, sets up in the slot. Snyder looking down the middle. And in trouble. He's going to be wrapped up and sacked back at the 30-yard line. It's Josiah Stewart again.
Josiah Stewart was a DN last year. That's probably where he's most lethal. Cole Snyder had some time, but good coverage on the back end. He had nothing. Josiah Stewart chases him down. Watch, he's got time to throw it. Then it's too late. Zero gets him.
And on for a 46-yard field goal is Alex McNulty. Again, this is within range, and he hammers it through. How impressive is the senior from New York?
It was not a great snap, little high snap, but it got down very well by Baltar, the punter. And then McNulty, as you said, has a leg. It's a cannon for a leg. That would have been good from 46, would have been good for probably 50, 53.
We're going to say officially a 47-yard field goal. So McNulty already 2 for 2 today. Now 4 for 5 on the season.
Feels like we played 3 quarters. We got 117 to go in the first quarter.
Right.
Feels like we're in the second half the way this game's going.
And a 1-point lead for Coastal Carolina. Yeah, again, if you're just tuning in, this had a really kind of discombobulated start to it. Is about the best word I can probably use. There's other words we could probably use that the coaches used back in the first 10 minutes of this game on the sidelines. But it was not pretty. 3 fumbles. We had what, 2 or 3 reviews right away?
If it was Halloween night, I'd say it's perfect. But it's not. We're still in September.
A 1-point game. Again, huge boot by McNulty.
Yeah, there's no way that Coastal should ever run a kickback. Not with McNulty kicking off. Even if it's into a strong win, and that was with the win.
1:17 left in the first quarter. And total offense in this one so far for Coastal Carolina, 92 yards of total offense. Buffalo had only 40 yards total offense before that last drive, but now 79 yards of total offense after that drive that ends with a 47-yard field goal. Brown in motion, stops, sets up on that left side. Handoff around the right side, room to run for White, cuts it back, still on his feet, loses the football, still loose, trying to jump on it was Jameen Muse, and he has got it. What a play by Muse, tracking down Reese White, punching it away, and then recovers it.
Well, Reese White never saw him, and he must take Taekwondo or some kind of lessons. Watch this. It's a great run. Goes to set up everybody and cuts back inside, and then watch Muse from behind, just right there, smacks it out with his fist. Great play by Muse. And then he tracks it down and gets it. Reese White, couple fumbles today, but that one, it's his fault because he had the ball, but it really isn't. He never saw the guy.
Well, we were just talking about how this game just has had.
Yeah, Coach Chadwell saying that Reese White stepped out on about the 25-yard line. It was close. We couldn't tell because the team blocked it. But Coach Chadwell was pretty adamant about the fact that he stepped out of bounds. That's the case, of course. It's a dead ball when he steps. This is a great view of it right here.
Fans have never wanted a player to be out of bounds so bad in their life. I couldn't tell on that.
Yeah, that was hard to tell. You're right.
They're going to have to slow that way down and take a look at each step as he was just tiptoeing along the sideline.
White shoes against the white lines, tough to see as well.
I think that was a fairly good angle and probably the best they're going to get. It's just a matter of slowing it
Unless
down.
they have one coming at you from the other end zone.
1:01 to play, first quarter, and if it stands, that's going to be the 4th turnover just here in the first quarter.
Yep.
Coastal Carolina, again, trying to get the running game going. They've had 5 different players rush already in this game.
And of course, Buffalo's turnover was the first of the season for them with the lost fumble.
Right, just one of 11 teams in the nation not to have a turnover coming into this
And
afternoon.
you figure that's a great job, except when you turn it over 3 times, which we'll see if the third one is going to occur. That's advantage the guys in the blue shirts. Well, the replay guys are working overtime today. We're in the first quarter, and they've gone these 4 times.
Yeah, Terry's been busy. This is about 2 doors down from us up here in the press box. Here it is again. You have to watch each step. That one looks good. Can't tell on that one. Right there was
It's
that
close.
left foot.
It's close.
I think that left foot is probably the one that's most in question.
You can see the pieces of the turf, the rubber beads that come up.
And again, Nate, I mean, for Coastal fans, they might be upset with this one. I'm just not sure there's enough there to overturn
Exactly.
the ruling on the field, which was fumble.
Because on the field it was ruled he did not step out. Indisputable video evidence to overturn it.
Yeah, if you're a Buffalo fan, you've got to be feeling pretty good about this right now, unless there's another angle that they have that we have not seen. This is going to be a huge call, obviously, in a 1-point game. We'll get the decision here from Marshall.
After review, ruling on the field stands. Fumble recovered by the defense.
Yeah, and just, from what we've seen, and we were just talking with Alex, our producer in the truck, I mean, they had a couple of different angles, and I'm just not sure from the angles that we had that there was anything to overturn it.
Right, it was close, but close doesn't work. It's got to be indisputable if video evidence to turn it over and to overturn it, and they didn't have that. So Cole Snyder and company gets it back again.
So it stands now 4 turnovers in the first quarter. Snyder with the handoff, and Buffalo will get out to the 9-yard line to pick up a couple of yards on first down. The clock winds down here on a crazy first quarter here in Conway, South Carolina, and we're just outside of Myrtle Beach. 30 minutes from the beaches. Beautiful day. Temperatures in the upper 70s.
Well, you want to see a crazy stat? Buffalo, 9:01 time of possession. Chanticleer's 4:58. That's not a normal thing for the Chanticleers.
Snyder fires it complete to Justin Marshall. Gets across the 25 out to the 26-yard line. First down for Buffalo.
He pumped that thing 3 times before he finally hit Marshall. But that was the right play. It was the right move.
What a great get for Buffalo, getting Justin Marshall, the transfer from Louisville. 5 seasons at Louisville. Made 12 starts last year. And that's going to bring the first quarter to an end. Here from Conway, 4 turnovers. It's a 1-point game. Coastal here at home, leading at 7-6.
Welcome to Quick Trip.
Need some roller therapy?
Need a minute?
Need your wallet? Need a push? Happens all the time.
If you need it, we have it. QT, more than a gas station.
Ion. Electrified. Hungok Tire.
Count to 21. Going right and wrong. Feed the pelicans.
What's up? I'm streaming here on AMP where the music is picked by people, not algorithms. Are you with it? There you go.
She said I drove.
I'd co-host this Sad Boy show with you any day.
I love being a sad boy with you, my dude.
Yo, who else loves this song? Carlin.
Lil Yachty, what inspired you to start making music?
See, my father was a photographer, so I was always.
Everyone is ready for a double dose of Monday Night Football.
All game long, character, man. Think deep.
First on ESPN, Derrick Henry is ready to tighten up.
I want to talk about.
And Josh Allen is ready to throw down as Tennessee heads to Buffalo. Plus, on ABC, Justin Jefferson and the Vikings battle Jalen Hurts and the Eagles in Philadelphia. Buffalo at the 26-yard line.
Just about set to start the second quarter. Time of possession, Nate, is not a stat we talk about a lot, but look at this. Nearly, double the amount of time of possession for Buffalo, but yet Coastal Carolina with a 1-point lead. Right away, Snyder goes deep down the field and incomplete. He had Jamari Gassett wide open, but underthrew him a little bit. Gassett had to stop and allowed the defense to catch up and knocked down at the last minute by Charles Arnold Jr. from Coastal Carolina.
Yeah, nice catch-up speed by Arnold because he's beat on this play. Ball's underthrown, actually hits Arnold in the butt there. At least he got there because that's a huge gain.
Yeah, Jamari Gassett was flying wide open down that right side.
Talked about how many long pass plays plus 20 yards against the Shots last week. Trying to change that.
Handoff up the middle to Washington.
Mike Washington on the carry.
Good pickup on second down. So third and short now coming up for the Bulls.
Shane Bruce with a good stop there. That's a first down in a heartbeat. You said Washington a big guy, 6'2", 215. Shane Bruce, 230. It's the only reason he took him down.
Well, the two teams have combined to go 1 for 6 on third down conversions. Big third down and 3 here for Buffalo, trailing by 1. Washington in motion. Sets up wide left. Snyder goes left, and it's complete for the first down. Quick little pass and completion to Keon Williams.
Had man coverage on the outside, playing zone in the middle, and he just threw it exactly where he needed to go to the line of gain, and they moved the chains.
Keon Williams, huge target for Buffalo. All conference last year, led the team in receiving. Last week, had a big game in the loss to Holy Cross. He had 8 catches, 105 yards, and a touchdown. They sling it out, complete. And Gassett sidesteps defender, able to pick up maybe a yard out of it.
Yeah, he was dead in the backfield. That was a loss of 3, and Gassett just 3 or 4 jump cuts to get something out of the play.
Snyder, quick pass to Washington. Out to midfield, just into Coastal Carolina territory, and just past the markers for another first down for Buffalo. And boy, the time of possession stat just continues to grow. Again, it was roughly 10-5 after that first quarter.
I don't know if that was a coverage, but Shane Bruce taking the guy on the edge shouldn't be there when Lance Boykin starts out there. But if it's man coverage, Lance Boykin gets cleared out and Bruce had to cover.
Handed off to Washington, met right at the line of scrimmage. And forward progress will give him maybe a yard.
Speak of Shane Bruce right there.
Tackle by number 45, Mason.
Along with 81, Adrian Hope, the Furman grad transfer. So
2nd and 9, Buffalo.
Bruce the sophomore, Adrian Hope the grad transfer. It's the young and the old making a play right there.
Just 3 returning starters for Coastal Carolina's defense this year. 2nd down and 9, complete to Marshall. Cuts it to the outside. Another first down for Buffalo inside the 35-yard line.
Linebackers are dropping deep, and all Buffalo is doing, if the linebackers are dropping 9 yards, Marshall and company are going 7.5 yards, catching it and turning and going. You can't have any shallower drops. You just got to react quicker to the football. And they keep piling up time possession. More importantly, they keep moving down the football field.
That's a good look at Marshall, the transfer from Louisville. Snyder looked like a designed play, maybe a quarterback draw, but sniffing it out and getting the big tackle for a loss. It's Jaquan Griffin.
First time that Cole Snyder had any lack of time to throw it. Griffin just ran around Jack Haas, the right guard, and didn't even, just avoided him and made the play.
Don't get a chance to talk about Griffin too much. He's a redshirt senior from Rome, Georgia, transfer from Georgia Tech here for the Chanticleers. Second down. Cook stays alive. Room to run down the right sideline. Spins inside the 20. And down to the 16-yard line.
How many missed tackles on the perimeter by the Chanticleers? If it's not a defensive back, it's Shane Bruce that time. They're just missing one-on-one plays. You're on an island. You're out there to make a play. They're just not making plays. And consequently, Buffalo's going right down the field on them. That time, as you said,
Ray Embry, the tight end, in motion to the right. He's set. Snyder runs out of time and hit hard from behind. Another sack for the defense for Coastal Carolina. And this time it's Emmanuel Johnson.
Well, they're on the 20, 22, 23-yard line. There's not a lot of field to cover. And the D-backs did a great job covering and gave Cole Snyder nowhere to throw it. Everybody's covered. And then Emmanuel Johnson comes from behind and gets him. Coverage sack is what that is called.
Take our loss, second down and 20. Johnson, the junior from North Charleston. Snyder nearly intercepted. Oh, we called his name a couple of times today. Charles Arnold Jr., one of the safeties, had his hands on it again.
Well, he had that one too, but he had both hands on it. He's back there just for this reason. to be the safety valve, and he gets both hands on the ball and just can't pull it in.
Now 3rd down and 20 for Buffalo.
I would think Coach Staggs comes after him a little bit here. They got him backing up. They got a sack. They got an incomplete pass. It's tough to get the yardage they need going inside the linebackers because they got to get down to the 6-yard line. But we'll see if he brings more than 4. Nope, just 4.
Snyder slings it out to the right, and they'll pick up maybe a yard. So 4th down and long coming up, and I'm assuming they're going to quickly pull the trigger here and bring in Alex McNulty. This is still well within his range.
Yeah, Josiah Stewart, good job there, and yeah, McNulty comes right on the field.
Had a 47-yarder earlier.
Chip shot from 42.
It is for him.
Also gives him the lead.
He's made 3 of 50 yards or longer in his career.
Perfect angle for a right-footed kicker. Just put a little hook in there.
Snap is down. It's on the way. This one for the lead, and it is good. Wow, he's good. Alex McNulty, the senior from New York, gives Buffalo the lead. 8:47 to play from Conway. Back with more right after this.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
We decided it's time to put a different kind of power tool in your hands. Store Mode in the Home Depot app gives you in-store tools made to help you get more done. To guide you every step of the way and explore products quickly with the scan. That way you get the top brands at the best prices without missing a beat. It's made for doing. Download the Home Depot app and see how doers get more done.
When safe drivers save for not answering their phone while driving, they feel like a big deal.
Did you get the ice?
Even if they forgot the ice. Save up to 30% on auto insurance with USAA Safe Pilot. Get a quote today.
Game sauce and total dead slip is empty. I gotta call KG.
KG, what up?
I got nothing for you, Fox.
Oh, come on. Jalen. You want to tell?
Yeah.
Don't call somebody on live TV.
Well, you answered. Have other friends anyway.
Marshawn, Barry.
Listen, I need some tips.
I like LA.
LA?
No, Dallas. That's
Dallas.
Dallas? How about Detroit? Barry,
I'll call y'all right now. Vanessa.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Let's go with our gut.
Well, it was not that long ago that we were talking about Buffalo being stuck on just 40 yards of total offense. Well, you can check that now. 15 plays, 68 yards in 7 minutes and 14 seconds. It ends with a 42-yard field goal by Alex McNulty, and Buffalo has a 2-point lead.
Question of the day.
Conway?
If he doesn't kick it out of the end zone, since McDoom did what he did last week and let him run it out of the end zone once, or you just take the fair catch? Well, there's the answer to my question.
Yep. Over his head, out to the 25-yard line. We're off to another break and back with more with 8:47 to play in the second quarter here in Conway.
sky. I've got that sunshine.
Any other questions about your loan with Navy Federal Credit Union?
All good. Thanks again for answering my call. I know it's late back home. I can't imagine where I'd be without you guys.
Are you still there?
Thanks so much.
Have a good one. Thanks for calling.
Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
On the AMP app, you can go live on air and play whatever kind of music you like. So I'm streaming house from my house.
Count to 21. Going right and wrong. Feed the pelicans.
Well, as many of you know, what a start it's been to the 2022-2023 season here for the Sun Belt Conference. Incredible upsets over the last couple of weeks. Here are some of the key matchups to watch. Any of these stick out for you? Maybe some upset potentials again this week? I like the Old Dominion, Virginia
Yeah,
one.
just what I was looking at. ULM, Alabama, they were a 49.5-point underdog, so good luck to Louisiana Monroe. But last week, it's going to be tough to top last week for the Sun Belt and upset city.
Tell you what, don't sleep on Troy. That may sound funny, but everyone's talking about App State, right? And I know it's a tough place to play, but Troy has been known to sneak up on people in the past.
Coach Lee Corso on game day this morning came out with Troy, no chance. Might be the kiss of death.
It could be. That's all I'm saying.
Nice catch by Jenkins again, a little out pattern and up. He can move for a big 235-pound tight end.
Buffalo on 3 field goals has the lead. McCall fakes the handoff, keeps it, fires downfield, and incomplete. Jacob Jenkins taking a shot just as he was about to make the catch. And Jermaine Muse right there again with the big hit, the transfer from Boston College.
When Jacobs goes up to get the ball, watch him extend his arms, and Muse just nails him. Right? That's tough. He's coming too. He's short-armed it a little bit, but that's understandable.
Well, Nate, how good is that play by Muse right there? Did you see him slow up just to make sure he didn't get there early?
Yep. Well, he got the targeting that was overturned early in the football game. He's a hitter.
Hesitated just a split second to give Jenkins a chance to catch that football and then hit him hard.
Maybe Grayson McCall throws that a little deeper so Jenkins can run under it. He had to come back for it a touch. Still a good throw.
Third down coming up for the Chanticleers.
Like the Shants need new offensive linemen since the helmet came off. I couldn't tell if it was 56 or 66, Wilson or McDonald.
Yeah, it was Will McDonald whose helmet came off, so he
new left
jogs
guard
to the sideline.
By rule.
Well, Coastal 0 for 2 on third downs. This a 3rd down and 5. McCall looks right, throws that way, and it is caught right at the marker. I think Jared Brown has just enough. He does for the first down.
Really good throw and a great pattern by Brown to know where the stakes are. And over the shoulder, Grayson McCall put it on the money.
Grayson McCall just 4 for 7 so far today.
It's left half to right sideline. That's a good throw.
C.J. Beasley in a tailback, that pistol formation. They fake it to him. And getting around the edge was Jared Brown again. We've seen him sit up at wide receiver and at running back so far this afternoon, and he'll pick up 4 yards.
Like Hudgens just got a leg, or he would have gotten a lot more than that. Jared Brown is fast. Because Chadwell's telling him just get a little better angle.
Call. A lot of room to run on the left side. Right at the line of scrimmage. Fires it incomplete. He was awfully close to being across the line of scrimmage.
That's a tough throw going left, but if anybody can do it, Grayson McCall can. He just overthrew Sam Pinckney right there. He got a lot of open turf field in front of him right here if he just runs it.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take off running.
Turn your hips. He does that. Under duress a little bit, and Pinckney just couldn't catch up with it. That's one to put in the back pocket and think about for the second half because that pattern was open.
Race call 5 for 9, 78 yards. And facing 3rd down and 8 here to try and keep this drive alive. Room in the pocket, fires complete inside the 30-yard line. Good tumbling catch there by Sam Pinckney.
That's a great job by McCall to just step up into the pocket a little bit to get a clear passing lane, and Pinckney makes a heck of a catch right there. Watch, he waits for Pinckney to clear and steps up just to get away from the pursuit. Nice catch.
And another new running back. Ty Lyles in at tailback now. And they pitch it to him. Lyles dropped it. Ball loose again. Buffalo fired up. They think they've got another one, and they do. Another fumble by Coastal Carolina, and the recovery by the Bulls. And Coastal Carolina just cannot find somebody to hang on to the football in the backfield.
Well, the lack of depth makes other players have to play today, and others are not holding on to the football at crucial times. Pick up a big 3rd down, and there's the pitch. He just never catches it. I don't know if his eyes were on the guys in the blue shirts coming after him, but Lyle just never gets it. Buffalo gets it back. Big turnover.
Coastal Carolina putting together probably their best-looking drive of the afternoon, but it ends with another turnover.
You're going to have to go in that locker room, Chanticleers, and find a tailback that can play the second half. They're putting everybody in there and because of lack of depth.
Snyder, little flea flicker action, and intercepted. Another turnover to Jordan Strong, cuts it back.
He's gone.
Inside the 20, cuts back again, still on his feet, and down at the 10-yard line. 6 turnovers here in the first 2 quarters, and Coastal Carolina will get it back.
He's the guy that had the picks last year. He's the leader of this defense. He played it right. He didn't get burned. Turned and just played the football like he's a receiver, and then makes 47 different cuts. I thought if he stayed outside, he was gone here, because they're just trying to find somebody to hit.
Preseason first team all-conference to Jordan Strong, and now Coastal Carolina poised to try and retake the lead.
Gerard Clark, 6'4", 335's out in front of him. He just couldn't make enough blocks.
C.J. Beasley now in at running back. They'll try him. Cuts it back. Up the middle. Touchdown. And the Chanticleers, despite the turnover issues, will retake the lead.
Number 7, Lance Boykin saved the game last game in the last quarter. This time to Jordan Strong, turns the momentum around. And a nice little run by C.J. Beasley with a little enthusiasm on top to give the Chants the lead.
Cade Hensley on for the extra point. And that one is through again. Coastal back on top, 14-9. Buffalo has dominated time of possession, almost plus 10 in this one. But Coastal Carolina with the lead here at home.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
Welcome to Quick Trip.
Need some roller therapy?
Need a hand?
Need an extra large? You need me to climb through your trunk and unlock your car? Yeah, that actually happened.
If you need it, we have it. QT, more than a gas station.
Ion. Electrified. Hungold Tire.
Count to 20, we're going right arrow. Feed the pelicans.
Game sauce and toilet bed slip is empty. I gotta call KG.
KG, what
I
up?
got nothing for you, Fox.
Ah, come on. Jalen. You want to tell?
Yeah.
Don't call somebody on live TV.
Well, you answered. Have other friends anyway.
Marshawn, Barry.
Listen, I need some tips.
I like LA.
LA?
No, Dallas. That's
Dallas?
No, Dallas.
Dallas?
How about Detroit? Barry,
I'll call y'all right now. Vanessa.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Let's go with our gut.
If you haven't heard of it yet, let us introduce you to the Turnover Cloak here in Conway, South Carolina.
There it is.
Here on the campus of Coastal Carolina University, there is the Cloak and Sword. And you may have seen it for those of you who watched the broadcast before, but anytime there's a turnover, whoever makes the interception or picks up the fumble recovery gets to put the cloak on and handle the sword on the sideline. All the players kind of surround around them. It's become a real kind of fun thing that the Chanticleers have done. And, of course, to Jordan Strong, INT leads to the touchdown by C.J. Beasley as Coastal Carolina has retaken the lead here in the second quarter.
And that's 8 in less than 2.5 games. That's pretty good. Now, granted, we didn't show the ones that Coastal gave back to the other team. We'll show that one later.
Well, Coastal's defense, even coming into today, was 8th in the nation with 6 forced turnovers. So that will obviously go up after this weekend. But you're right, Jamie Chadwell is not going to be happy about the other end. The 4 turnovers and the fumbles.
The fumbles and the missed tackles on the perimeter are going to be 2 points of emphasis in the locker room.
And off to Al-J Henderson, and he will get back to the line of scrimmage and not much else.
On the other side, I would think Coach Linguist, they got 9 points, but they want more than field goals. They got to get in the end zone. Great weapon in Alex McNulty, but they'd rather see him kick extra points than field goals.
JT Killen with the tackle for Coastal Carolina, having a good day defensively. Richard Jr. from Lake Wiley, South Carolina, and Snyder hit in the backfield, a sack back at the 20-yard line.
That's the biggest man on the football field, Gerard Clark. 6'4", 335, just destroys the A-gap and comes right up the middle. Put Cole Snyder on his butt. Right up the middle. He took on, they double-teamed him. And he still got in there. 62 and 69, Haas and Wallace at center and left guard. Double-teamed him, and he blew through both of them.
Boy, as he was falling down with Jack Haas, the center, it's like he just kind of jumped over him. Got a hand on Snyder.
It's a hell of a bull run right there.
Buffalo just 2 for 6 on third down. Third down and 18 here. And again, Snyder hits behind the line of scrimmage. Adrian Hope, the super senior for Coastal Carolina, another defensive end with a big stop.
Adrian Hope's normally an outside linebacker, or a bandit linebacker, the Shunts call it. But he went right up the A-gap that time and got inside. From Greenville to Conway, Furman to Coastal Carolina.
4th down and 20, and for the first time, we're a little bit out of the range of Alex McNulty for a field goal.
Yeah, be about 85-yarder. I would agree with you.
Boy, he is a heck of a kicker. Baltar to punt it away.
They look like they're coming after him. Not a good kick.
Going to take a favorable bounce, though, for Buffalo. And get just inside Coastal Carolina territory, but still good field position for the Chanticleers. Up 5 when we come back.
I've got that blue sky, I've got that sunshine.
Welcome to Quick Trip.
Need some roller therapy?
Need a hand?
Need an extra large? You need me to climb through your trunk and unlock your car? Yeah, that actually happened.
If you need it, we have it. QT, more than a gas station.
Going right and wrong. Feed the pelicans.
Bravo!
For buying a treadmill?
You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One. It's simple, with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. That makes you the hero of every purchase.
Yeah.
And heroes don't take the stairs.
Is this a parachute?
What's in your wallet?
Game sauce and total biscuit is empty. I gotta call KG.
KG, what
I
up?
got nothing for you, Fox.
Come on. Jalen. You want to tell?
Yeah.
Don't call somebody on live TV.
Well, you answered. I have other friends anyway.
Marshawn, Barry.
Listen, I need some tips.
I like LA.
LA?
No, Dallas. That's
Dallas?
not Dallas.
Dallas?
How about Detroit? Barry,
I'll call you right now. Vanessa.
I got a tip for you. Always go with your gut.
I like that. Let's go with our gut. She was supposed to be the one.
I used to believe in the one. And then I realized there's plenty of savings in the sea. Amazon has daily deals that shake your soul.
What?
I'll go check on those tater tots.
At the 45-yard line.
And we welcome you back to Brooks Stadium here in Conway, South Carolina, alongside Nate Ross. I'm Jeff McCarriger. So take a look at the fans here. A lot of students still around for the Whiteouts here this afternoon in Conway.
Excellent participation by the Whiteout students.
Flip on the end around to Jared Brown, finding a little bit of room on that outside and gets across the first down marker to the 42-yard line.
Let's see the Coastal bench there wanted a little
And that's another
flag for extracurricular activities on Mr. Brown once he got out of bounds. He's quick.
First down.
Buffalo's defense pretty quick too. He gets to the edge, but he doesn't get around the corner. They get there.
C.J. Beasley in at tailback. They're going to give it to C.J. Had the touchdown, cuts it back here. Flag on the field as he gets a pickup of about 9, but we'll see what the flag is. This looks like it's in the area of holding potentially. And it is.
And one thing he did, you could see, two hands on the football.
Holding. Offense, number 56. 10 yards. Repeat first down.
Donnell Wilson, the left tackle, charged with the holding penalty for the Chanticleers.
I would think anybody that doesn't get two hands on the football in a white jersey today might have a little private meeting with the boss tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday.
So instead of a 9-yard pickup on first down, they'll mark this one back. First down and 20. McCall is going to take off up the middle, able to slip a defender, and rolls down to the 42-yard line, gets back to the initial line of scrimmage. So second down and 10 coming up.
Half of it back.
Grayson so far today, 7 of 11. 111 yards and a touchdown pass.
Second and 10, Coastal.
That's manageable now, second and 10. Don't try to get it all back, get half of it. It's exactly what he did. He loves Sam Pinckney.
Option left. McCall on the keeper. Gets hit hard. And he'll pick up a couple of yards. It's going to be, looks like about third down and 8, and Buffalo's going to call a timeout.
This will be a 30-second timeout.
Mr. McCall took a beating on that one by a bunch of guys in blue shirts, but he's the man to attack, so that's who they're going after.
Coastal with a 5-point lead. Third down and 9 coming up for the Chanticleers. Good timeout here for Buffalo. Still plenty of time left here in the first half.
Absolutely, yeah. Sam Pinckney kind of away from the action by himself with a water bottle. And get his thoughts together, I would think. There's two 15s on the roster, but you can tell which one's Sam Pinckney. It's easy because the other one that plays defense is 6'4", 335, Gerard Clark, so you're never going to mix those two up.
Yeah, Gerard is a big boy.
All right, Mr. Chadwell, we've been bragging on your play calling ability. This is the biggie.
Third down and 9. What do the Chanticleers have up their sleeve? Trying to keep this drive alive, trying to extend their lead, also trying to keep the football away from Buffalo. With 2:21 to play
yeah, that's
here
a good
before
point.
halftime.
Give it up, you give it back to them.
Brown in motion to the left. McCall looks that way, escaping trouble and just throws it away.
Smart play because it looked like this is being very complimentary to the offense. It looked like they were setting up a screen pass. They weren't, but everybody just blew by the offensive line. And Grayson McCall had nothing else to do but throw it away and punt the ball. Look, they're on top of him in a heartbeat. He's got nothing. He got shoved down. He get hit hard, but he got shoved down.
Yeah, that pocket was erased in a hurry. And now best case scenario for Buffalo because on the clock stop, still 2:14 left to play.
2 timeouts left.
Crenshaw to punt it away.
They're giving it to a dangerous man.
Keon Williams runs underneath it, but that one's going to sail over his head and into the end zone. Again, that's probably still not worst case scenario here for Buffalo. So good call with the timeout on the third down to save some clock. And now at 2:10, plenty of time here for the Bulls. They'll get it back.
Yeah, the punt took maybe 3 seconds, and they're going to get it back with 2:10, 2 timeouts, 80 yards. Mr. Snyder has been under duress lately.
Yeah, Snyder 13 of 20 so far in the afternoon, 136 yards and the interception.
First and 10 Buffalo at the 20-yard line.
Buffalo obviously would like a touchdown. But they got a weapon, as we talked about multiple times here with McNulty. He's got to get down the field a little bit.
138 yards total offense for the Bulls as Snyder zips it out to the right. And room around that right edge. Jamari Gassett having a nice afternoon for Buffalo. Good pickup on first down.
It's a good play. They had trips to the bottom against a 2-deep zone. So they threw it to Gassett. The other 2 offensive receivers became blockers against 2 defenders. Gassett got more than 10.
Clock winding down under 2 now. Snyder again to the right. Nice catch by Washington, but hit immediately. Boykin, the first one to get him.
Boykin stands him up. Shane Bruce finishes him off. And Shane Bruce, I think that's Shane Bruce on the bottom, having trouble getting up.
Yep, it is, Nate. You're right. The redshirt sophomore.
Boykin gets him first, stands him up, doesn't make the tackle, and then Bruce.
Oh. Hopefully Bruce.
He's grabbing his right shoulder.
Okay, yeah.
Hopefully that's just a little stinger action.
Kind of lowered his head as he was going in for that hit, too, to try and clean up the pile. And as we all know, dangerous when you go in head first to those piles. And hopefully Bruce is okay as they attend to him down on the field. Just see that on that play, Nate? Just kind of going in with his head down.
Joshua Sharp and the athletic training staff out there.
Well, that is good news there, as Shane Bruce now will come to a seated position on the field.
They might just take him right to the locker room, check him out, make sure he's okay with 1:34 to go.
Bruce led the team in tackles last week with 9 out of Carrollton, Georgia. Big part of that win against Gardner-Webb, and that is great news to see.
Trey Pinckney is his backup. It's going to be in there at least for one play. They're going to take Bruce right to the tent. Just to be careful. You always love it when he walks off in his own power. Didn't need to be helped off. And there is his backup right there, 39 Pinckney. And that's his teammate killing the other linebacker right next to him, the new pair.
Pinckney, a JUCO transfer from Hutchinson Community College out in Kansas. And back to action, 1:34 to play. Second down and 10 for Buffalo. All kinds of movement just before the snap.
Cole Snyder took the ball and threw it down to the ground. He knew it was
prior to
his
the
guys.
snap, previous plays under further review for potential targeting.
Oh, the official stopped it. I thought it was a movement on the offensive line.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be too, but they're going to take a look at it. And, you know, I'm not surprised, Nate. I mean, we saw the replay a couple of times, and we'll take a look at it again.
And that was called down from up top saying, stop the game, we want to look at this. Irony would be if he gets targeting called on, he's the one that got hurt.
Yep, not right there. Not Boykin, but there you see that by Shane Bruce. And again, this is all in the spirit of trying to protect the players.
Absolutely, it's all about safety.
Yeah. I mean, you and I just got videos from the director of officials this week to watch on targeting, and you know that this is something that is discussed and looked at length by the officiating crews across the country.
Well, first, it's not a defenseless receiver because he has the football. So it's forcible contact.
And now, you know, something that we also...
His helmet hit him in the shoulder. I don't think
I'll say something that we also learned this week is that the crown of the helmet has been a little bit redefined this year. So the crown of the helmet used to be above the face mask. Now it's 6 inches down from the top center of the helmet. So we actually saw a couple of plays last week that they reviewed where it was almost ear hole to ear hole. That was not targeting.
Right.
For targeting with the crown of the helmet by defense number 1. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down. By rule, the clock will start on the snap.
So they are going to rule targeting. I'd love to see that again one more time, but again, it's become a real fine line. Again, ear hole to ear hole from the video examples that we saw this week was not targeting. It's got to be with the crown of the helmet. And here it is right there. Yeah, and Nate, he did dip his head and led with that crown. And 6 inches down from the top of the helmet, that is just not going to be allowed. And again, it's all to try and protect the players.
Not only is he possibly injured, but he's out of the football game for the rest of the game, too. So, Mr. Trey Pinckney, it's your job. He did lower his head.
1:34 to play, and now Buffalo with the ball at midfield, trailing by 5. Snyder looking over to the sideline. 4 wide receivers. Looking left and now fires complete across the middle. Marshall round to the left inside the 40. Another first down for the Bulls.
Justin Marshall is a big kid, 6'3", 210, transfer out of Louisville with big-time speed. They're going on. Coastal's letting everything be completed underneath. Marshall just added a couple yards after the catch.
This time off to the left to Ron Cook. Rumbles out of bounds inside the 35.
That's the key, got out of bounds.
And again, keep in mind, we've mentioned it and joked about it several times, but it's true. Alex McNulty on the sidelines, the field goal kicker for Buffalo, has got a cannon of a leg.
They're in range right now. It's a 51-yarder if he kicks it from right here. He's got the wind, really not much wind.
Clock obviously becoming a factor here for Buffalo. Just one timeout left for the Bulls.
Shots for the 2 deep zone defense. They'll let things be completed underneath.
Snyder gives it to Cook. And now down to the 19-yard line. Another first down. And now Buffalo not thinking field goal. They're thinking touchdown.
Chanticleers have kept them out of the end zone so far. 3 field goals by McNulty. This will be a stern test if they can do it again. Buffalo can turn the tide if they can take it in and get the lead.
Clock stopped briefly on the first down. Now winds again. Under a minute left to play. Snyder gives it to Cook up the middle. Down to about the 15-yard line. 45 seconds left. And Buffalo now is going to call timeout to stop the clock.
Third and final charge timeout. Buffalo. This will be a 30-second timeout.
Second down at 7 coming up. Just heard Marshall Lewis, the referee, saying final timeout just called by the Bulls.
And in like basketball, you can call this is the best thing in college football. No 2.5-minute timeouts, 30 seconds. Let's go. Talk about it, get back out and play.
Well, you can just, I know this first half has been ugly, but you can just tell, Nate, how desperately both these teams want this win.
Absolutely.
Despite the fact that their records are on opposite ends, right? I mean, Buffalo's 0-2. They obviously want to win, especially after the way they lost against Holy Cross last week on that Hail Mary. But for Coastal, this was a huge game as well because they were favored by 32.5 points last week against Gardner-Webb, won by 4. Their head coach was upset. The coordinators were upset. The players were upset. They couldn't wait to get back on the field. It really shows.
Coach Linguist right there talking to his quarterback, getting the last second word in.
All right, here we go. 42 seconds left. Second down and 7 for Buffalo. They fake it to Cook. Into the end zone. Catch is made. Touchdown, Buffalo.
Wow, what a catch.
What a grab by Justin Marshall.
The absolute perfect back shoulder throw. Cole Snyder to Justin Marshall. I don't know if he was in, but it's close. We're going to get a look at it here.
Fires it right at the pylon. Oh, and he's got it.
Got that left foot down. You only need one in college, and he got it. They're looking up there in the booth before they let him kick the PAT. What a throw and even a better catch. Perfect execution to the back shoulder. You can see the little pebbles kick up, and obviously that's what they saw. Here comes the point after.
Yeah, touchdown confirmed. Here's McNulty. Trying to make it a 2-point lead. And he does. 6 plays, 80 yards in just 94 seconds as Buffalo has retaken the lead with 36 seconds to play here in the first half. Well, and you're right, Nate. I mean, that was a tremendous catch, without a doubt, by Justin Marshall. But that pass by Cole Snyder was absolutely perfect.
Well, it's a back shoulder throw. So as a receiver, you're going down one way, and you have to reverse pivot to catch the football. And it was perfectly placed and perfectly caught. Couldn't do it any better. I mean, and against pretty good coverage. Remember, we talked about it. Justin Marshall, 6'3", 210 against a 5'11" at biggest defensive back.
15 yards on that touchdown pass from Cole Snyder. Snyder now 17 of 24 on the afternoon, 183 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. McNulty to kick it away again. He's been trying to keep it away from McDoom all day, and he will do so again. This one into the end zone and out to the 25, as Coastal will have 36 seconds on the clock here before half.
McNulty's a senior. Last game of the year, if he's got an extra point, to win it, I just stand there and let the clock run out. Back me up 5 yards. I don't care. I can make him from anywhere. He ought to do that at home for the last game. Strong leg. I guarantee the people that pay people to play on Sundays are looking at that young man.
Grayson McCall, 7 of 12 on the day, 111 yards and a touchdown pass.
Sean's got a kicker that's pretty good too. 36 seconds, 3 timeouts. That's a time.
Yeah, Cade Hensley's been really good, the redshirt freshman for Coastal. We'll see how aggressive the Chanticleers want to be here with 36 seconds left.
See how prevent defense Buffalo wants to play it.
Quick pass and catch to Jared Brown out to the 30.
Get it to the umpire quick. We saw a game last year where they didn't get it to the umpire. Clock ran out on a college football team. There's 2 safeties 20 yards deep.
McCall across the middle to C.J. Beasley out near the 40.
It stops it temporarily.
Coastal does have all 3 timeouts. So that is their first of the half.
All right, Mr. McCarriger. Team in the blue shirt got beat on a Hail Mary last week. 12 seconds to go. Try another, why not? You got 2 timeouts left. You can go down the field a couple more yards and go for the Hail Mary. See if it works again against them.
I think didn't you tell me that Jamie and the guys call their Hail Mary play Bon Jovi?
Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Living on a prayer, baby.
We'll see if we see Bon Jovi. I don't know. You know what, though? A couple more pass plays, and they might just get close to Hensley's
They
range.
practice it every Friday, and he's perfect. He said they call it Bon Jovi. And I guarantee Bub practiced against it, too, because they got beat by it last week. Only 3 rush, 8 drop.
12 seconds left. And
they jumped.
Yep.
They got 5 yards. They did it last week a couple times. Or Grayson drew him off by a cadence.
False start. Offense. Break.
Ooh.
Your penalty. Remains second down. Correct.
I thought it was the other way. Mr. McCall faked out his own line. Still, the 2 timeouts, that 12 seconds, that's easy 3 plays, maybe more. Coach Chadwell will be right in that official's face to stop it, too, on the sideline.
Yeah, that's the big thing. You mentioned it. 2 timeouts left. As they hand it off to C.J. Beasley. Room up the middle. Runs out to the right. Clock down to 5. Down to 4 seconds. McCall desperately trying to call timeout. Gets it with 3. And now you're down to your final play.
Go to your Sony Walkman in the old days and call up Bon Jovi right here.
Beasley, nice cutback right there.
He tried to get out of bounds to stop it. Nice catch from behind.
Boy, that was a terrific tackle for Buffalo.
Keyshawn Cobb, number 3, got him. Well, you know they're going to do it. I mean, they have to. Grayson McCall's got the arm. Look where Buffalo's playing defense. They're running back to the 5-yard line.
So again, for those just tuning in, maybe didn't hear us talking about it, Buffalo last week at home against an FCS school, Holy Cross. Now I say an FCS school, Holy Cross, number 15 in the country, the FCS Bulls. Really good FCS team. Not taking anything away from them, but still a game obviously that Buffalo and their fans wanted to win. It was tied at 31. Final play of the game on a Hail Mary. Holy Cross goes all the way into the end zone and scores with no time left for the huge upset win. So
Garrett
now,
Guest, the new quarterback in there, number 7. He must have a heck of an arm.
here it comes. Bon Jovi. Guest fires it short. And maybe they were going to try some sort of little hook and ladder, but just did not end up working out. So Buffalo makes the stop. And they're going to take a 2-point lead into the half. What a drive just before the end of the half by the Bulls.
Good offense by Buffalo to get it in the end zone, and didn't have a touchdown all day. Got that one, gave them the lead going in.
Buffalo Bulls 0-2 on the season, looking for their first win of the year here at Coastal. They lead it by 2 as we come to halftime here in Conway.
I've got that blue sky, I've got that sunshine.
Bravo!
For buying a treadmill?
You use the Quicksilver card from Capital One. It's simple, with no annual fee and unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere. That makes you the hero of every purchase.
Yeah.
And heroes don't take the stairs.
Is this a parachute?
Ah!